Okay, so this is going to be a Sword Dagger automated tournament, and our comp right now is pretty high on the DPS, so we have 2 core guards, Mesmer Thief, Rev. So what we need to do is just be on the same target and just Zerg and get kills, snowball, and then rinse, repeat, regroup if we ever lose fights. So yeah, I'm just calling a target. It can change. It's gonna change from the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight, obviously. But it's nice to have a good idea of who you want to target. And I'm just gonna slow their Mesmer down. I'm not gonna +1 it though, because I wanna. If I leave my team to go into mid, they're just gonna lose immediately. So we need to Zerg them in roads before they can get to a node. So I get there just in time for my team to get on target, and Firebrand is a really good target. Their Firebrand doesn't have the Signet, so it might not be the best choice. But even still, we have 2 core guards, Thief to Boon Rip, so we have really good cleave, and we can get that kill. Now, I have a choice of either capping mid or going far to snowball. I think that I made the wrong choice here to cap mid, because if you look at it, my team is you see this right here, like my Guardian sat in here for a really long time and the Rev didn't push in. So they essentially did nothing during that time, which is really bad because we're supposed to snowball. I'm not really sure what they were doing. They were afraid to like 2v1 an NG or something. But either way, we're going to be in a bad position if we don't get this kill very quick. So we're 3v2ing now, and we won home because we also snowballed into that with our other Guardian. But the thing is, our Mesmer's left in a 1v1 with their Guardian at home, which is completely fine, to be honest. So I guess that's fine. He's actually leaving because, yeah, their Mesmer's there as well. So we actually played kind of poorly here. We didn't get these kills. Not really sure. We should have coordinated our damage better or something. I feel like I went in and then I backed out and then they went in after I backed out, so we were pretty uncoordinated. Obviously we're not on TS, so it's gonna be hard. Now here we're in an even fight, but we obviously want to leave. But the thing is, one of them has to cap the node, and if their Guardian caps the node, then I stay because I forced their Guardian to be in a bad situation and not help his team. So I basically forced their Necro to cap instead by doing that, and now they've just decided that they're not going to go for the node and they're just going to Zerg us. So dying there is a really bad decision. Like, he should have disengaged for sure. But I'm going to try to I just need to keep splitting their team. So what I'm doing is going for the res attempt here just so their NG has to come off the node again, and I can possibly get a kill here as well. But obviously, this is a hugely unfavored matchup, so I'm going to leave as soon as I can and +1 mid while he's capping that node. So this is good. The only issue I see is our Revenant is respawning and our other Guardian is not. He's not on the target, but we do have a kill here, so that's fine. And yeah, so we just need to keep snowballing here and get on the target. So yeah, we get the Necro, and their Guardian is... Wait. Why did our Guardian go to cap the node? He could have cleaved this. Okay, that was really bad. So our Guardian went to cap the node instead of cleave the body, and the Firebrand got the res, and now they're going to resustain this fight. Rather than snowball that. That's really... That's not even like a misplay, that's just... It might have been a misplay, but it was really just a lack of awareness, I think. Maybe he didn't know that the Guardian was there. Like, you would never sit there and watch the Guardian res that. So we're going to lose that no matter what, because they have a Firebrand, we don't. And right here, actually, we do kind of even up the score here. I was thinking that we were going to lose that fight, so all I was trying to do is just split their team up again. And as you can see, yeah, I do split their team here by forcing their Mesmer to come and prevent me from decapping, and then we can 3v1 the Firebrand like this. and that allows us to keep the snowball going, right? And as soon as we get the kill, I force the Mesmer back again because, well, he essentially did nothing because I zoned him, and then we got the kill in the span of time that I out-rotated him. So, yeah, they're respawning now. Mesmer and Necro. I think this is probably a favorable matchup for us. We just kill the Necro. So, yeah, we definitely take this because the Necro has no support. So we just kill that. And that was a really good pull by my Guardian. And that's going to ensure that we get the kill on the Necro. So that's pretty good. And now, if you look at home node, we're like 3v2ing or something. So that's completely fine. One of them is going decapping mid. I think it's their Guardian. And that's kind of also fine because he's not supporting their team and we can get kills here. Though their Mesmer does get to escape and get support from the Guardian by coming to mid. So here we're 3v2ing home for a little too long. We need to snowball out. So all I'm doing is just trying to stall time for my team to start rotating out. Yeah, I don't want to be 1v1ing this Firebrand because even though I'll eventually win it, it'll take too long. So I immediately use the sword too to travel around the map, but then I notice that they've already started winning home in the 3v2 finally. So I come back to mid and we need to kill this Guardian now because we're trying to snowball. So I don't know why snowballing is so important, but I get a nice cripple on the Guardian there, which prevents him from going into the kite spot. And that allows us to get some pressure on him. We're 3v1ing now, but I think if you see, yeah, we have like 4 or 5 people around mid, but there's only like 1 or 2 people in the Guardian, so our rotations are actually kind of slow. Like we need them to be faster for us to, to get value out of this full DPS comp, whereas, they have a Firebrand, which is going to allow them to get value out of slower games, right? And I noticed that the Mesmer here is trying to decap us from behind, and we don't really want to push into far anyways because that's where their Firebrand is, and we didn't really have anyone focusing the target. So we have like 3-ish mid, so we should definitely get the kill on this Mesmer 100%. And now we have the cleave on it, which is good, and now we should be focusing the Firebrand, I'm pretty sure, but it's kind of weird, our rotations. The Rev like left and then he came back. It's really slow rotations. Like we're not on TS, but it would be pretty obvious. So like, say if the Rev had stayed there and got the kill on the Guardian, then we would have gotten that before their Necro came back in and even the fight, and we can't win an even fight because of a Firebrand. So yeah, rotations are really important when you're running a no support comp because that's how you win. Your win condition is to out-rotate the enemy. Use your damage, not try to take even fights. So we've lost 2 people here, and I'm just trying to slow down their team and split them up. So all I'm doing here is just porting back and forth. And this actually will also help me if I decide to 1v1 the Mesmer because he has to use cooldowns, dodges, and stuff to keep up with me. So he's using jaunts and stuff, as you can see here. And I put my sword 2 return on the node, so if he keeps chasing me back, I can just sword 2 right back on. And this helps me get the decap, even though I'm now 2v1ing, but he's out of cooldowns because he probably used a lot of them to try to prevent me from decapping. But the thing is, my Guardian probably didn't have any ports there or something to cleave the body or something. So it just gets rezzed by the Guardian, and we're trying to regroup here, but I think their team comp swapped, maybe. Yeah, they have a Ranger now. That's something that's really kind of like stupid, that you can like swap your class mid AT. And I get a really nice down on the Mesmer, but I make a huge misplay here in swapping to shortbow because the Guardian turns around and starts rezzing. So I mean, that's pretty, I think they're probably on TS, so they have a pretty huge advantage on us in terms of coordination. And yeah, so I just keep on taking this 1v1 because my team is dead, and he's somehow shit talking me even though he's getting babysat by a guardian, I guess. Okay, so the thief is plus one-ing me, and this is actually a really bad situation. I should have been aware of this, but I do somehow survive here by landing a nicely timed steal. But my team should be regrouping, I think. Yeah, they're having issues with Soul Beast. That's kind of like one of the most broken builds in this game, and no one can really 1v1 it on our team. So really what we should have done is not deal with it at all. I think we made a huge misplay by trying to like go home and all. So yeah, like they're losing it now. So yeah, I'm just trying to get kills with my team. It's really my only job as a thief. Just get kills, split their team. And that was actually a pretty nice Dagger Storm to evade the cluster bomb that I would have landed to get the kill there. Yeah, so their Firebrand is here, so we just leave, right? So as you can see, my other Guardian is going into mid when I'm leaving mid, which is bad. They shouldn't be trying to take that fight ever at this point because I've already left it. So this is a good +1 for me though, because I get insane value from plussing Mesmer. Globs, by the way. And yeah, so they're trying to take an uneven fight at mid, it looks like, because I'm +1ing far, and I think maybe their ranger is AFK at our home. So they're at least rotating somewhat better now, but they still took the even fight at mid versus a Firebrand, which I think is probably a misplay. Yeah, probably a misplay because they had Necro and Firebrand and I think something else. But yeah, I'm just trying to split their team up, right? So I juke the ranger here, and I start taking the 1v1 versus their Mesmer. Even though, if I could have gone far here, I'm holding their ranger and their Mesmer, so technically we should be outnumbering far, but they're leaving far. So there's like massive miscommunication with our team, which obviously it helps to be on voice comms, but I still think that would all be alleviated by just them calling a target. I think they probably weren't calling target. I stand still here because I have 17 torment. Then I cleanse it and move. And at this point, I see their ranger actually is now not on the home node, I think. So I should go and decap that, right? I'm just trying to 1vx here to stall for time for my team and hope that they can get something done. And then I go for a decap. Yeah, I finally go for a decap here because I can see their rangers just chasing our guardian roads. We do have the kill far. That's pretty nice. So we're going to have sides, but I know that their ranger's going to come right back here. So like we're not snowballing. We just kind of cap rotated basically. And that was a weird steal. So as you can see there, yeah, I like cluster bomb to try to cluster steal, and it didn't like work. And then I spam steal, and then it missed because he dodged. Yeah, at this point, I think it's pretty much, well, I know it's pretty much over because the Firebrand allows them to just hold one node for eternity. Like, we don't have enough time to rotate and create kills. Well, maybe we do, but we're dying, in the middle of the map, so there really is no, yeah, so they have like 3-ish here, and we're all on respawn, so I'm not really getting any value out of being outnumbered here because my team is dead. So I'm just trying to hold the node because that's really the only win condition, is if I survive and they don't get this cap. But at the same time, there really is no win condition. So yeah, so that's gonna be that commentary. That was actually, I would say that was a pretty good game by me. I think that was my only death this game. Maybe I could have zerged a little harder. I interpreted probably that I wanted to give my team the numbers advantage, but maybe I should have rotated a little bit harder. But the thing is, if I rotate harder, then their enemy team, comes in as well. So do I value my teammates or do I value their teammates? And that's kind of like the question is, do I want to have a numbers advantage or do I want to have a skill advantage? Now, I'm thinking that maybe the numbers advantage would have been better in this situation, even though it didn't result in the win.